We are live, people, and welcome to another episode of Wake and Pack on a Friday morning. Happy Friday, TGIF. Payday for most people. Hopefully every day is payday for most people. We live in a different world now, but shout out to everybody, man. We're here to continue, on introducing or reintroducing free agents that the Packers have signed in this good free agency period. Now, we will not be able to know, right, or even grade these free agent acquisitions until at least the first year, and really that doesn't even solidify everything, right? So, yeah, we just introducing or reintroducing, and today it is Keisean Nixon's turn. Always got a soft spot in my heart for LA natives. We have a few on the team, or California natives either, too. Kenny Clark, Keisean Nixon, Romeo Dubs. We got a few people over there from the land, from the city. So that's cool. Zane Strong, what's the word, man? Yeah, for sure. Definitely. And with him, it's another thing too. He kind of, again, wherever you get drafted from, you gotta, it's a sweet spot. So, he said he tried all he could do, leaving the Raiders. But one thing he did do was just thank pretty much everybody in the organization. I heard from the Raiders organization that, he really genuinely, thanked everybody in the building before he left. He could have just, deuces, y'all. I got me a new contract. Y'all didn't want to keep me on the team. Y'all drafted me. All I did was blood, sweat, and tears, getting all pros, all kind of stuff. So, but yeah, man, he looks happy. And I have yet to see either interview. I know they got him and McKinney on the interview. I will tune into that after this. Shout out to Brandy Lewis. Good morning. Absolutely. So what we gonna get into, Brandy? Too bad that somebody is so skilled that we have so many injuries at a certain position that he has to play, right? That was pretty much the position that Keisean Nixon was put in, where he had to play certain areas. What did we bring Keisean Nixon in for, people? We brought him in to be a returner, to be a special team specialist. And that's exactly what he has been. He's been nothing less of that. Not only nothing less of that, but an all-pro, two-time all-pro 2 years in a row. If you guys can name, not the last Packer, but any Packer who's ever done that, first team, okay? I ain't talking about 1 year, make the first team, next year, second. However, the last two-time all-pro Green Bay Packers player in a row. I'll keep waiting. We can all keep waiting because it doesn't exist, okay? So, that's one thing. Two things is, when you got a good player and you actually have one, the thing about the NFL, all people are looking for is for good players. Why the fuck would we find a good player and let him go? I hear some people saying, oh, that's too much money. First of all, we ain't paying it. Secondly, we all know damn well he ain't going to earn every single penny from that contract. We're going to reconstructure that shit probably next week, okay? Definitely ain't going to be he definitely probably won't sit out the whole 3-year deal. I'm thinking probably 2, and then we'll reconstruct. You already know how we do it. So the money thing ain't even an issue right now. My issue is the football guys slap us in the face so many times, over and over and over, even on this channel, and I'm happy. There was a certain pocket of Packer fans who I just don't feel know how to deal with losing. Nobody likes losing, but there's still a way to deal with it. Just because we lose 3-4 games in a row don't mean it's always over. I am not for throwing in the towel in the middle of the season when there are still games to be played. So we've already got over that hump, and hopefully everybody following and hopefully other Packers channels outlets don't get into a panic or anything if shit like that is to happen earlier this year. But we are moving on to something else. So the football guy showed us somebody named Amari Rodgers, right? And to be fair, in his defense, he was put in a position where he wasn't supposed to be anyway either. So how about, as much as we like to talk about how good our coaches are, I think that was bad coaching. How many times did we have to see Amari Rodgers muff a punt? How many times did we need to see him get less than 5 yards per return or whatever he was getting? How much of a nightmare was that? Getting dudes fired, getting special teams coaches fired, bringing Bisaccia in, you know what I'm saying? And when we brought Bisaccia in, we brought Keisean Nixon in. Whenever we bring in a coach, one thing you got to say about LaFleur, he puts him in a good position. We get Joe Barry, get him to D-Train. We get Bisaccia, we're going to get you Dallin Levitt and Keisean Nixon, two dudes who played for you with the Raiders who have familiarity. And now Nixon has become the best returner in the NFL, people. Okay? Who would get rid of, if you have a best player, I don't give a fuck if it's kicker, left guard, right tackle. If you have the best player in the league at something, you have the best player in the league at something, and why not keep him? And then again, what makes me trip out with people who has any kind of issue with this signing is look at where we came from. So to come from possibly the worst punt returner we've ever had in Amari Rodgers to the best punt returner we've ever had and kick returner and can play defense in the pinch and in the nickel and can play on offense. Every offensive play this year that he got in, there was a positive play. And I'm talking like a first down, 10, 15 yards. So the dude is dynamic. Why get rid of a dynamic player? Y'all thinking too much about, oh, he gets burnt. Well, hello. We don't have Stokes. Jair's in and out the whole year. Valentine. I'd rather be happy Keisean's getting burnt instead of Valentine, two guys who really might solidify themselves on the outside playing corner, right? Keisean ain't playing outside. In the pinch, he can play nickel. That's what he did for us. And let's not forget, one of the critical games this year, Kansas City. Who the hell sealed that game? It was Keisean Nixon. Did he seal it by punt returning and kick returning? No, but he helped us out. He sealed it by a motherfucking INT, y'all. He picks off Pat Mahomes, best quarterback in the league. Don't forget that. I'm saying all the good, all the bad a motherfucker do is cool. Y'all like to go ahead and call that out. But, hey, at the same time, call out the good shit. Hell yeah. Jacobs, Dillon, and Wilson. Good deal. Glad that Quadzilla is back. Shout out to David, and that's Nihoff, y'all. Ernie Martinez, good morning. Everybody exchanging pleasantries. Shout out to 10 Racks. G-Pack, what's up? And Nixon at fullback. Why not? Definitely, 10 Racks. I am not saying that this dude is the best out there. I'm saying in a pinch, but that's just for a position he doesn't even play. So let's go back to the money, right? Oh, why? That's too much money for him. Well, really, is it? If I'm Keisean Nixon's agent, I'm like two-time All-Pro. Name me the last one who did that. And not only am I returning punts and kicks at an All-Pro level, but y'all actually want me to play defense too at a high clip. Now the results, whatever are the results, right? But he is in there, snap in and snap out, playing defense, returning kicks and all that, workhorse. So if I'm his agent, I'm putting that on the bargaining table. Hello, he's not only a returner and a damn good one, not damn good, but the best one. He actually helps on defense. So give him an extra, it's a dual contract. We ain't just paying him to be a returner. We paying him to be in, and then again, let's not underestimate coaching. Jair Alexander can't be Jair Alexander with Joe Barry. Why? Because whatever Jair Alexander has to listen to what Joe Barry says, right? If Joe Barry's telling him to stay 15 yards back, that's what he got to do. If not, he'll be seen as going rogue and stuff like that. So, it's about who's coaching too. I'm sure with Keisean Nixon's athletic ability, I'm sure that the expert that Coach Hafley is, especially with defensive backs, is going to be able to do something with him. Why? Because he's a superior athlete. Again, fuck RAS or whatever scores they got out there on Keisean Nixon. All I know is downset hut, or when a punt, or when the ball is punted or kicked away, we got something great. And actually, 105 yards kick return, still the longest kick return the past 2 years. Keisean Nixon owns that. most yards returning the past 2 years, both years, 2 years in a row. Keisean Nixon did it. So y'all asking, why did we pay him that much? Why not? They're not just giving all pros out on the corner, and this is a first team all pro. If you know football, all pro is pretty much, I mean, other than winning the Super Bowl, right? All pro is pretty much what everybody should strive and want to go for. That literally means you are the best player at set position that year. And this dude did it 2 years in a row. So anybody questioning this signing, I just think that you're not thinking logically. That's just me. Anybody can have their own opinions. And then again, it's not our money, number one. Number two, that shit gonna get reconstructed. Everybody gets reconstruction in Green Bay. Act like you know your organization. Okay. So again, slapping you in the face with so much bad play from Amari Rodgers, we get a gift in Keisean Nixon. A gift. Dude returning kicks for touchdowns. And then again, just like the argument I say with Gary, everybody likes to look at Gary every year. Oh, he only has 10 sacks, only 12 sacks, only 11 sacks. It's not just about sacks. It's about pressures. Pressure can turn to an ill-advised throw, turn into an interception. Pressure can turn to a strip sack fumble. It's not all about sacks. So for Keisean Nixon, it's not all about returning kicks for a touchdown. How many times do you remember the Packers starting at the 35, 40, sometimes even 50, sometimes even other 40-yard line? They ain't had shit to do with the offense. Offense ain't even got on the field yet. Do you not think that is a branch of the offense or our special teams returning? You think J Love rather start at the 40 on the other side, already in enemy territory, or on the other 25? You tell me. That really helped our offense. And again, like I said, every play he's winning, he's an ultimate gadget player. Every play he's winning on offense was a positive play. All he does on special teams is return great punts, puts us in good field position, and return kicks. And then again, so if we didn't get him, you're going to go get somebody off the street. And if you do get somebody off the street, are they going to produce like him? We already have this dude in-house. Why wouldn't we go get this dude a little money, man? Hello, that's what I'm saying, Brandy. And how long ago was that? But again, people seem to forget. Exactly. Not just put him in position to succeed, but put him where his strengths are. Joe Barry didn't do that. Joe Barry said, here's the defense. I'm going to roll you guys all out. Here's all your roles. That's not what Hafley does. Hafley is, what are you good at? Oh, you sticky in coverage? Oh, well, we might bump you. We might put you in a slot. Might have you guarding the flats. You never know what a different coach sees in another player. Hey, people get remarried all the time. They were obviously married before, thought that somebody else was the one. Obviously, they get remarried. There's a better person, better situation out there for them. I already told y'all. Hey, we could be driving the same car. I wash mine every week. I get the oil change. I do that. Somebody could be driving the same car, don't get it washed. You pull up. We were driving the same car. They probably look at mine like it's better. It depends on who's driving the car. So Hafley's driving the car, and Hafley has had his hands in on every acquisition or reacquisition that we have gotten. You don't think that he gave the nod to Xavier McKinney? You don't think he gave the nod to, for Keisean Nixon? Rich gave the nod already because he's a special teams coach, and he's like, Keyshawn's done kept me a job, right? Now, there's other things in special teams that can improve, right? Kicking and all that. But again, he is a strong point on this team. He's just a guy that we got to have. I just really think it's kind of asinine for anyone to not want this guy back. And then it's like, okay, you don't want him back. Well, who else is out there? You just want to pay Joe Blow on the corner to come and return kicks. He's not going to do it at the clip that Keisean Nixon is, okay? And again, especially after a great free agency class that we got, why put any sour on it? Why put any sour on it? We filled the holes exactly that we needed to fill. Didn't know Aaron Jones was leaving, but since he did, Aaron Jones has been our whole offense the past 2-3 years. So we replaced him with a guy who could potentially be better in Jacobs. Oh, poo-poo on us for that. Safety has been a glaring position that we've needed for years in his defense. We go get the best one that's available out there. Oh, sorry. So we did that, and we did that. Re-signed Dylan. Why should this Nixon thing be seen as, oh, bad deal? It is a great deal amongst a lot of other great deals. It's just mind-boggling to me for anybody who wouldn't want this guy back. you know. And then again, I've heard people, he better return a touchdown the first time he touched the ball in the kick return. Okay, that's cool. Oh, he better be Devin Hester out there. Okay, that's cool. First of all, he better than Devin Hester. Did Hester get 2 All-Pros in a row? Maybe he did, but I'm popping my shit right now. I don't think he did. And if so, he ain't doing it on the level that Keisean is. And again, if I'm being a homer, I'm being a homer. Chicago Bears gets no play in my ride. So I'm always going to pick Keisean over Devin Hester in a general sense anyway. Go Pack, okay? So, yeah, dual contract, man. Don't worry about, it's too much, man. We paying this dude not only to be the best returner, but also to come in on defense and do that. That's a hard job, bro. And then just think about the man's life. He just got off of a defensive play. Now it's time to return a punt. You know what I'm saying? They just score on us. Now it's time for him to return the kick. Like, that dude is out there tired. You ought to pay him, bro. He is all over the field. And that's why we do need to find a solid nickel, solid guy who can fill that role. So he can strictly just be a returner, which we really was the first thing we asked him for. Sorry, he's so athletic enough that he is usable in a lot of other spots. Sorry, hey, he might not be the best nickel or the best at this, but just to see how much of a good athlete he is, that he could play different kind of positions like that in a pinch. Y'all crazy if y'all don't want him back. I believe so. And again, it's all about how they're used, and it's all about the rotation, man. Ain't nothing like a rotation, like a D-line rotation, right? You know, the Patriots didn't lose all those games to the Giants, or the 2, Super Bowl games to the Giants. The GOAT, who everybody sees as the GOAT, Tom Brady, struggled with both games against the Giants. Why? Because they had not only had a great D-line and not only had Hall of Famers on the D-line, but they had a rotation and pressure right up the middle was what Brady really struggled with the most. He's great at people coming from the outside, manipulating the pocket, doing that. But when you got somebody coming straight up your nose, kind of like Aaron Donald, when Aaron Donald ate him up for lunch, when en route to the Rams winning the Super Bowl. And shout out to Aaron Donald. Y'all seen the news today. He's retiring. A transcendent, just generational kind of type dude like David Bakhtiari. You know what I'm saying? So we like to, wish Aaron Donald a great retirement, man. Yeah, we on the road today, y'all. So yeah, we could definitely do our defensive line is definitely capable of doing that, Brandy. We got a good mixture of people in. Don't think we're not going to bring in somebody else. We're going to get some more big nasties. So yes, I think they can do it. And not only now and again, like it's going to be a rare thing. I think they could do it more than that. And I think they are talented enough to where we don't have to send freaky blitzes, right? Which we will still do anyway. Again, his whole defense is based off of deception. For right now, we're rolling into the draft, Brandy. But again, we've seen Gutekunst do some things at the end of training camp, signing dudes right before week 1, signing dudes in the middle of training camp. So it's probably going to be a name who we probably ain't heard too much about. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we definitely need some in the draft. I would say 2 in the draft. And I would still say we need, as I'm talking, the Bears fan just passed by walking his dog with an ugly hat. Should have said something. See, we in sync. I was, hey, you start talking about them, they start showing up. Hey, we start releasing our players, they the first ones at the door. The Bears still suck. So yeah. Me either. Again, Zane, I don't know how old you is, but Brandy already mentioned Howard, and that was, the last time we got anything like that. Micah Hyde to a lesser extent, but again, when he was putting the role, it was because he just was putting that role. So at least now, you guys, we have a solidified, solid dude. We have nothing to worry about. And then again, if Keisean Nixon is gone, that means Jaden Reed gonna be returning more points. Do we want that? No, we want Jaden Reed on offense only, bro. So he can excel in that. We don't need him risking getting injured, just like Kylan Hill did playing special teams, okay? That's what Keisean is for, and he's going to excel at it. He should help that. And, yeah, I don't know how many times we done seen, we get ate up by tight ends. You are right about that. But, again, safeties are normally matched up on tight ends. So, it will be better for us. you know. And I like that Halfley kind of has some Belichick in him because Aqib Talib, you know, great corner, you know, everybody should know him. He was retired and all that. He got a call from Bill Belichick and he turned it down. But Bill was like, all I need you to do is guard tight ends on certain downs. You don't need to do nothing else. That's a coach who knows, like, hey, this dude may not be able to do this. He may be a little older. He may not be able to do this, but this is what he can do. So I see Halfley as being that type dude. Just because, man, y'all got to understand, bro. Coaching means a lot. Why do you think Justin Fields just hasn't got up off the ground yet, right, in his career? And why did Jordan Love come in so seamlessly? You know, coaching, right? Same system, 3-4 years, good coaching. He knows what he's doing out there. How is Justin Fields supposed to get that comfortability if he has a new offensive coordinator every fucking year, new head coach every fucking year? So again, y'all need to be appreciating Green Bay a little more than y'all should out there. And then again, how we gonna go from I trust Goot, this man, hey, whatever he does, I trust it, and Goot we trust. How we go from that to when we sign Keisean? Oh, what is that about? It's too much money. Like, bro, why is we doing two things at one time? Y'all just said in Goot we trust. Y'all just said, I said in Goot we trust. So when we say that, we just supposed to sit the fuck back, watch what he do. We don't know the whole story. We don't know what he's thinking. He might be signing a linebacker right now. We don't know. Who thought A.J. Dillon would be back? Who thought Aaron Jones would be gone? Okay, so, you know, we can say this and say that, predict something, sometimes guess right. But, you know, all we is fans, man. Let's just be happy. You know, we always want to come in and play GM. We always want to come in, hey, LaFleur got to go. Goo got to go. This dude got to get fired. Well, who you going to do to replace him with? And can you do it yourself? I'm sorry, that's a job I do not want. As much as I, yell and kick and scream, act like I know what I'm talking about. Hey, again, it's like the job being the president, bro. Nobody wants that, you know, and you get it. You will be stressed out. So let's give our guy some credit. Campbell, a Niner, not surprised. Shout out to Packers Kingdom, man. TR, good morning, man. Shout out to Let's Go Time. Go Pack, go. Yes, definitely. And again, like, you know, when you're on the line and you just know, oh, I'm gonna beat the dude in front of me, that's a lot easier to know. When it's so easy as an offensive lineman to block a defensive line, first of all, that doesn't stunt, and then secondly, just doesn't do no kind of subtle stuff around the line. You know, they use players like, you know, like the post safety, but let's think about like Aaron Donald, which we try to use Kenny Clark for a way, right? All over the place. And sometimes you don't know where he's lining up at. That confuses offensive linemen. So again, what I say about Halfley, his whole defense is based upon deception. We got somebody running towards you. Soon as it's hiked, this motherfucker run back the other way. We got a motherfucker all the way back there, look like he in coverage. As soon as you done with your cadence, he's up at the line of scrimmage. And he might blitz or he might just drop back in coverage. You got somebody at the line of scrimmage, you thinking he's rushing in, you rush the ball off, before you know it, he turns around and runs and gets in the flat and gets an interception. You didn't see it coming. You know what I'm saying? So, oh yeah, fuck Jordan Love. Y'all remember them people? Hey, that age well. Hey, I bet you them same people out there cheering for Jordan Love now, giving him his praises, but I'm going to continue to remind them how the hell they were acting about my QB1. You just don't, you know, bro ain't took a snap, ain't did nothing, and y'all talking about, you know, I ain't never gonna forget that. You know, and I was standing on it the whole time. I was letting everybody know, Jay love the man, Jay love the man. No, just chill. Oh, let him go, man. It's like, man, y'all ain't even seen nothing, you know. I ain't surprised at that. But again, that also shows that he still got something in the tank for that organization to see something. And then again, you know, they might be worried about us too. For real. They might be worried about us a little bit. So why not Shanahan go get him and pick his brain? You know, Campbell didn't lead the best way with us. So, you know, good move on their part. And again, that just shows he had more in the tank, which I thought he did too. But, you know, it's a business. Yeah. Yeah, we more so just, you know, Brandy, we just talking about, you know, getting pressure with the front four, how there's different ways to do it. Again, I said with an offensive lineman, when you do a lot of stunts, it just really knocks them off of their game. And then there's times where Aaron Donald doesn't even line up until before the ball is snapped. He'll be standing up, looking at what's going on. When he decides he might push the dude over him next to him, he might push him over, or he might go in a different gap. Again, deception. I mean, it's in any really general case, you don't want any kind of linebacker on Jefferson, right? But again, if we play in zone and he seems to cross one of the faces of the linebackers, that's his guy, right? So that's never the case, but good job to Minnesota and all these other teams who, again, that's why this slot receiver deal, like, you can move them around so much that, you can't really put your best corner on them and follow them all game long. There's going to be a time where he runs over here and it's like, okay, well, you're going to have to pick him up this time. You know what I'm saying? But any linebacker on Jefferson is a mismatch, but we just need a guy just to do enough. That's why we hope the pressure gets there. But Quay in coverage, ain't bad. He's an athlete, right? Not saying he could outrun Jefferson or nothing like that, but in a pinch for 2 to 3 seconds during the play, I think he could do it. But yeah, I mean, that's just something we're gonna have to deal with, Um, are you shocked, bro? Are you shocked that he said he was misused? What was we just talking about? So give Halfley the respect as a coach to put his hand in and say, you know what, I will keep this guy. Oh, Savage, nah, we could pretty much do without him. Oh, Keisean Nixon, absolutely, I want him on his team. You know what I'm saying? He had his input. Absolutely, I am, and it is a little more clear of what we need. And I'm actually really excited about the draft. So we're gonna get into that. Yeah, for sure. But he can't do it to the clipping level of Keisean. Sorry to say that. But yeah, he's a ultimate Swiss Army knife too. And if we get him, man, again, it's not a foregone conclusion that McKinney's gonna be the post safety. And I actually think that Halfley is flexible enough to really have two guys in that role, bro. That's even more deception there. If you got two post safeties, okay, hey, you roam around right now. I got this guy. Okay, no, let me roam and you got this guy. Like, it's going to be a lot of movement, pre-snap movement. You normally don't see that on the defense. The defense normally sees what the offense sets up as and then gets in their stance they're supposed to be. The pre-snap movement that's supposed to be this Halfley's defense is really going to be a difference maker. So it's confusing the O-line. Yeah, we gave a shout out to Aaron Donald earlier, man. Transcendent player, Super Bowl champion, one of the best players ever, one of the best numbers ever. Always like 99, and dude's just a rare talent, bro. At his size, to do what he did at that position, he's down there with the big boys, y'all, and he out there pushing motherfuckers around. All credit and shout out to Aaron Donald, man. Again, TR. They could have gave that shit to anybody else, bro. All Pro is only a 2 award deal, bro. You got first team and second team. They could have found a better guy if that's the case. Dude balled out that year. And he changed the position to a while that we haven't seen in a while. So, and then again, if you want to just get really critical, overrated as far as an all pro, okay. But again, an all pro is an all pro. Now, if you want to rate him against other past all pros or do anything like that, but man, we cannot take it away from this dude. I'm sure he got a plaque or something hanging up. First team all pro, bro. It's a lot of people who don't get that, and you just kind of got to respect that. That ain't a Pro Bowl. That's not a popularity contest. All pro is really going in there and handling your business. And if you remember, dude was a tackling machine. Dude was getting interceptions, taking them to the house, bro. Big time player. I seen that. Keenan Allen's one of those other, probably underrated dude over the times, but he's been a perennial top 5 receiver, y'all. He's been a perennial top 5 receiver, so shout out to him too. But again, we can't show him no respect now. Yeah, bro, I ended up beating him, but y'all seen him. He just was wasting time, bro. He really let me go to triple zeros. I actually beat him by like 40 points that game. He just was being an asshole and kept playing. I was tired, bro. I'm like, man, I'm trying to go. I had to. And then you've seen the 2 previous games before that, Zane. I should have won, bro. I started off 2-0 yesterday. I should have been 5-0 yesterday. Started off 2-0. I lost 2 in a row at the last second. Packers Kingdom seen it at the last second. I lost that one, but I ended up coming back winning the last one. and we're gonna get our guy Josh Jacobs today. Hey, Higher Point of View Gaming. If you guys haven't seen the channel, man, it goes down over there. Yesterday was just whoo, boy, oh boy. Absolutely 10 racks, and I see us adding 2 to 3 offensive linemen, bro. What's today? Yeah, no problem. Oh Lord. Oh yeah, well that was my boy Elton. My boy Elton Jenkins, man. You know what I'm saying? And you know, Aaron Donald was trying to punk him. You know, Elton was still young in the game, but you know, he wasn't no spring chicken. But you know, Aaron grabbed him, and Elton grabbed back. It was a face mask battle. In football, this happens a lot. I'll grab somebody's face mask, and they'll grab it, and we'll just keep twisting it to whoever wins. And he seen Elton wasn't backing down, and it got him a penalty. So yeah, that was a great Packers moment against Aaron Donald. Yes, sir. 10 racks. You remember that? Yeah, he to the point where he had him frustrated. Aaron Donald normally don't get penalties like that on sportsmanlike and all that, but Elton took him there, and that was another great Packers playoff victory. Yeah, but you know, hey, Brandy, we've talked about it. Josh Myers has shown, you know, I think we should give him, you know, one more chance to do this center thing. Probably draft one, but again, we got to draft a Swiss Army knife on the offensive line, bro, to really save our ass, you know. And then again, let's not cancel out Josh Myers at guard. You never know. He's athletic enough. He has good size. You know what I'm saying? So we've seen Zach Tom play guard, center, and tackle. You know, we've seen Elton Jenkins guard, center, and tackle. We're going to have to dig into the draft bag and get similar players to that. And that's something I don't really see other teams doing like that. And you got to respect it because we always have one of the most consistent offensive lines out there year in and year out. J-Love jersey ain't never really that dirty, bro. After the game, man. So we got to appreciate that. But you said if Goody goes off the script, Goody lives off the script. That's what Goody does. That's why I'm saying, man, get this dude the money. Let him go to the grocery store. You know he's going to come back with dinner and a dessert. So let's just in Goot we trust. We cannot say in Goot we trust. Then the next movie make, oh, what is he doing? Like, y'all crazy out there for real. I don't get it. Yeah, and they will. And then again, please look at our scouting department. Look at Gutekunst. Rasheed Walker, 6th round pick. Zach Tom, 4th round pick. These dudes is starting out there, bro. And not just starting at a good clip. Yeah, that's what we drafting, bro. Your boy Cooper's going to help with that. That's why we're going to draft him and somebody else. You know, we're going to get a guy like Cooper who could do just so much like McKinney. And then I just think we're going to get that solid nickel, just slot corner. That's all he want to do. For sure, we need that. We need a communicator, mass communicator in the middle. That's why I really thought Campbell would be in a vet in this game, seeing so many offenses. That's why I thought he could have helped us. More communication on the field with McDuffie and Campbell to help Quay, put Quay in the right place. Because, you know, again, yeah, like I said, I'm not sure if Quay could, you know, run the whole deal. I'm not going to put limits on him, but, you know, putting the green thing on his hat and he's the middle. I do see him being better as a weak side guy. Why? Because he could be both, really, right? He's so athletic that he can cover sideline to sideline, but it'll even be easier and better if we can just shut his brain off to where he don't have to think so much and calling the plays, wondering where everybody else is, and putting him on a side of the field where if he could go sideline to sideline, he definitely could just cover one side. So, you know, it's a big hole to fill. But and then again, in a sense too, that safety, it kind of takes the role of that loudmouth, you know, middle linebacker, especially as the communicator too. So the post safety might help in communication too. They might be the defense's quarterback, which is what Halfley likes. So yeah, we need a couple linebackers. Definitely. And Quay is one of those. We've seen Quay with a strip. You know, we seen Quay with some hard hits. We seen Quay get penalties. Hey, we need all that, especially at the linebacker position. We need more of those kind of guys in there. It is football, people. Hey, that's cool, but we don't want J Love doing that back foot fade too much, man. Hey, you could do that against Carolina, week 15 or whatever. We did that shit, but you can't do it to the Niners in the divisional round, man. Oh yeah, she know her shit. And yeah, Kool-Aid, man, he's another guy who, I mean, just the name alone, I'll draft the motherfucker just because his name Kool-Aid, right? You got Sauce out there, Kool-Aid, like it'd be cool to get him. We done had a ha-ha before. So Kool-Aid, that'd be a good pickup. He does fit the bill as number one main communicator because he's been in his defense before. And again, like I told you, however he's hindered in athletic ability, like he's one of those guys who really just has it in between his ears. Like he really, he's in the right place at the right time most of the time. So, I think his role will be even better. And he's another guy. If McDuffie, especially with the injuries that happened, if he came in and stepped in as a role last year and really became, a guy on the defense, bro, we had to consider and say his name. We were saying his name down in, down out because he was making a lot of tackles. Played with Halfley before, and yeah, bro, he's gonna be he's gonna help a lot of people, including Quay, with communication. So, whether we have Quay in the middle and before the play we have the post safety or McDuffie, let him know where he needs to go. Okay, or have McDuffie in the middle and just have him guide Quay on the outside. But again, that remains to be seen. I don't know what Halfley gonna do. Oh, we already know. Yeah, Zane love him some McDuffie. Zane loves him some McDuffie. But yeah, man. So that's what we got for today, y'all. Be happy. Be happy. You know what I'm saying? That we got this guy back, man. Change his field position. He does a lot of things that you just look at that's subtle. I much rather start at the 40, 45, 50, sometimes other 40 with this dude. 35 at bare minimum. That's the kind of returns this dude is doing. We just see that, oh, okay, he didn't score. Damn, he should have scored. We'll move on. No, he put J-Love in position to get 2 first downs and already be in field goal position, y'all. So even though we don't score in some of the plays, hey, biggest play probably of one of the biggest plays of the Niners game. Keisean almost took it to the house. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah. And again, sometimes they're going to use 3 linebackers. So, again, it's going down, bro. Again, attacking defense, we are going to be the dictators. We're not going to just leave it in front of us. All right, you ain't going to be this deep. No. Now, it depends on the coverage, how sticky our coverage is. That might hinder our secondary a little bit, right? Especially, with one high back there. We're going to need somebody solid. But, dudes is going to be roaming around everywhere. And, yeah, on that note, man, I'm out of here. I will see y'all on Monday. Y'all have a good weekend out there. Hey, don't go hurt nobody. Don't go do nothing I wouldn't do. We really loading up. So yeah, man. Hey, thank y'all for coming through. And hey, thank everybody for the support, man. Run this bitch up. Hit that like button. We've been steady climbing, and I'm glad y'all on the journey with me. So I'm about to get up out of here. You already know what time it is. Shout out to 10 Racks. Shout out to my boy Zane Strong. Shout out to Brandy Lewis. Shout out to TR. If I forgot about you, I didn't forget about you. Shout out to Blake 22. Shout out to Packers Kingdom. I'll holler at you soon, dog. Shout out to Let's Go Time. I might double down or triple down on y'all names. Ernie Martinez, G-Pack, David Niehoff. Everybody in the house. So, good weekend. I'll see y'all on Monday. Monday, we're going to have a lot more to talk about. We got to talk about A.J. Dillon. And I'm sure by Monday, something's going to happen. Again, we might sign that off-ball linebacker, or we might sign that linebacker that we need for depth. You never know. So, stay tuned, y'all, and I'm out.